Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Fresh Friday. I hope everyone is doing well. Sorry if I don't look the best or sound the best. Kind of a little bit sick, and I don't have my contacts in right now, so I really can't see. Like, not that I gotta see, but I have my little camera with like the screen facing me. That way I can like see myself and my surroundings. I can wear my glasses, but I don't know. I don't really like my glasses with the headband. Kind of hurts my head. But anyways, hope everyone's Friday is going well. Hope everyone had a great Christmas. If you're watching this, let me know if you got anything cool for Christmas or anything like that. My Christmas was pretty alright. I got some cool green Converse, some Chucks. Pretty freaking cool. Probably my favorite gift. They're really cool. I like Converse. They're comfortable. Like the high top ones though. I don't really. I've never really cared for like ankle, like low cut, like ankle shoes or whatever you want to call them. I like high shoes, like high top shoes. That's why I really like Jordans and Converses, like the high top ones, stuff like that. Cleats, anytime I ever wore them. But yeah, Christmas was good. We have my girlfriend's family Christmas Sunday, this coming Sunday for New Year's, because people were sick last week. And yeah, I don't know. It was just a good time to see family. I don't see my family too often, like my mom and stepdad, but it's always a pleasant surprise. Not a surprise, but it's always pleasant to see them. Catch up on things, just see how the family's going. My stepsister, I don't see a whole lot often, but when I do, it's always nice to catch up with her as well. And yeah, everything's going great, thankfully. I hope everyone is gonna have a fun New Year's. If you're gonna go out party, stuff like that, be safe, be smart, don't drink and drive. I know too many people. I know way too many people who drink and drive, and that shit, it's not cool. It's the one thing you should never do in life is drive under the influence of anything. Like, for real. Drinking and driving is probably the dumbest fucking thing you can do. So please don't do it. Don't be a cheapskate. Don't be a cheap bastard. Get an Uber. Get a DD, do it. Fucking sleep in your car if you have to, but. Cause like, my biggest thing about drinking and driving is I don't give two shits if you don't have a ride and all that stuff. Don't do it. Hi. What's wrong? My daughter's in the room. I usually leave the door closed, but she's all excited to see the light on and all that stuff. We just got her some fish today, too. She's really excited about that. They're just little fish. She thought there was going to be, like, more to it. She keeps saying she wants to play with them, but... Hi. Bye. I don't know if you guys can hear her in the background or not, but she's my little baby. I love her. But anyways, back to drinking and driving, though. Forget the fish. Forget my daughter. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's not cool. It's not worth it. Especially because my biggest thing about drinking and driving is if you drink and drive and you hurt yourself, that's your own fault. But it's so devastating. It happens too often where people die because of someone else's stupidity. I know people personally who have lost loved ones because someone decided that they could drink and drive and they kill someone. It ruins families. Like, for real, it's very selfish and it's stupid. I can't stand when people do that. I mean, I know people very personally who drink and drive and have hurt others, and they're lucky they didn't kill anyone. Like, seriously, like, you lose respect for people like that. It's play dumb games, win dumb prizes. Fuck around, find out. But don't find out though. Please don't do it. I myself don't really have a whole lot. Like I said, we have our family Christmas on my girlfriend's side, and I don't think we're doing anything for New Year's with them or with anyone. I think we're just gonna sit at home and hang out and call it that. I don't really have a whole lot planned at all this weekend. With me not really feeling the best, I'm probably just gonna honestly lay around and not do much. I'm tired. My daughter is the one who got my girlfriend and I both sick. During Christmas, I feel bad. My daughter threw up. She wanted hot dogs for lunch because she didn't want to eat the ham and mashed potatoes and all that stuff. My freaking daughter threw up the hot dogs she ate when we were trying to give her some medicine. Nasty. I had to clean it up, and I was all gagging and stuff. I hate puke. I hate puke, and I hate poop and piss. I really just hate body fluids. Blood doesn't bother me, but like poop, puke, piss, that kind of stuff, just so nasty. So nasty. Like, even like spit, it's not a big deal. Another week of rambling on about the dumbest stuff. I hate it because I turn the camera on, and I start talking, and I have nothing to talk about. But then when I'm done recording and when I start editing it and uploading it, I sit there and think like, damn, I should have talked about this, or oh yeah, I wanted to talk about that. I do it all the time. What else can I talk about real quick? Before like I wrap things up. I don't know. I really don't know. The Ravens, the Baltimore Ravens, they are looking dangerous as ever. They are looking scary good. I really hope the Ravens can make the Super Bowl. Like I always say, I started watching football a couple years ago, like starting getting into it, and Lamar Jackson was really cool. So I started watching him, following him, and watching him. I was watching the Ravens, so I became a Ravens fan. I always say I am. And yeah, they're looking dangerously good. So I'm really excited to watch how this is gonna go on. Fantasy football, I did horrible. I made playoffs, but I lost the first round of playoffs. My team was looking really sketchy, halfway through the season, and then towards the end of the season, my team started picking it up. I took Bijan, however you pronounce it. I took him round 1. I took him as my first pick. There weren't a lot of names on the board that looked like that caught my eyes. I was like, well, the Falcons took a running back in the first round, which is pretty rare to happen. So I was like, he was a stud. I think he was a Texas college. They took him first round. He's gonna be a stud. And I hate to say it, but I think he cost me the season, truthfully. I mean, most of the season he was nothing but a downfall, a letdown. I think he only scored like 20 plus points a couple times. And it's just like every week, it sucked watching the guy I took first round myself get 12 points, 8 points, The one game he didn't even play. But anyways, so I made the playoffs barely. I barely made the playoffs. Me and some other guy, we were tied 7-7, our record, and yet I made playoffs and he didn't somehow. But like I said, my team was starting to pick it up. I was averaging like 100, probably like 120, 130 points a week, which isn't anything crazy, but it's a pretty solid score to get every week for a fantasy team. And it was like a 3-4 week streak of doing this good. So I figured, I might have a chance in playoffs to maybe win. I scored 66 points total in the first round. Everyone on my team had like a couple points, literally a couple points. I think the most points on my team was Brock Purdy with like 20, and everyone else got like 5 points. I think Bijan, I think he only had like literally like 1 or 2 points. It's so disappointing. I love fantasy football. I really love fantasy football because it makes me want to watch other teams and watch other players, and it really allows me to like almost open up the sport of football to. It makes football more entertaining. It really does. It makes me watch other teams. It makes me want to watch other players and stuff. And it just is so soul crushing when you think you have such a good fantasy team, and then in reality, they perform like shit. So before I wrap it up, I'm gonna recap my fantasy league, my team. Bijan Robinson was a letdown. I took Tony Pollard in the second round because he was doing good when he was a backup for Zeke. So I took Tony Pollard second round. He was a letdown. Justin Herbert, he was the quarterback. He's the first quarterback I took. He was all right for the most part. He did cost me, I think, a week before. He didn't do too well. But for the most part, he's like a top 5 quarterback in fantasy-wise. Who else were letdowns? Adam Thielen became a dog. There's like a couple weeks where he was scoring like 20 points a week. And then towards the end of the season, he was a letdown. He was getting like fucking 10 points a game, if that. Like 10 points was like his high mark, like his high point at one point towards the end of the season. He let me down. DJ Moore, when Justin Fields got hurt, which I'm not saying it's his fault, but DJ Moore, was a letdown for me for a little bit. My whole team was just a letdown. The most consistent player I had, like every single week, was probably Evan Ingram or Christian Kirk. And, it kind of sucks to say because I took them pretty late. Yeah, I just rambled on about the dumbest stuff like usual. And anyone watching this probably really doesn't care about fantasy football or anything like that. But if you made it this far, I appreciate it. Much love. Let me know in the comments what your plans are for New Year's and stuff like that. And I hope everyone proceeds to have a great and safe weekend. Remember, please don't drink and drive. Waste $50 on an Uber. Not waste, but spend $50 on an Uber if that's what it costs to go home and be safe, or sleep in your car, or do something. Just be responsible. And yeah, I guess I will see you guys in the next Fresh Friday eventually, or the next video I upload. And if I don't see you guys again, good morning, good evening, and good night.